Hello guys, I hope that you are doing great. Well, if you are in grade 12 or you have a child that's actually in grade 12 or you are writing your supplementary exam this upcoming month, ensure that you enroll onto my courses, onto my new program that's actually starting just slightly on this month end. So you're going to use this link that's actually attached to this video to join the program. It is going to change so many people's life. For one-on-one sessions, ensure that you WhatsApp me on this number, as well as if you are having troubles registering to the new program, ensure that you WhatsApp me on this number, so I can actually help you to enroll so you can learn and you can change the course of your future. With that being said, guys, let's actually start to answer these questions. I don't know how this video is going to be. I don't know how many questions I'm going to answer, but let's just roll with it. Now, this first question, they want us to solve for x, right? If we are having this expression, 9 to the power x plus 9 actually equals to 10 to the power 3x. Well, what do we notice? We notice that 9 can also be written as 3 to the power 2, and then we're going to have an x there, plus 9, that actually equals to 10, 3 to the power x. So if we multiply, we're going to have 3 to the power 2x plus 9, that actually equals to 10, 3 to the power x. If you remember your laws of exponents very well, you know that 3 to the power 2x can also be written as 3 to the power x times 3 to the power x. So I'm just going to take this to the other side. We're going to have minus 10 to the power 3x plus 9, that actually equals to 0. So, I just wanted to have this 3 to the power x. So you can actually use the k method when you're actually at this point. So you just say let k equals to 3 to the power x. So what this means is wherever there is 3 to the power x, you are just going to substitute k, right? So wherever there is 3 to the power x, you're just going to substitute k. So I'm going to have k times k minus 10 times k plus 9 actually equals to 0. So you realize that we end up having k squared minus 10k plus 9, that actually equals to 0, right? So if you actually solve this out, you end up finding that you are going to get k minus 9 equals to, k, should it be plus or minus? I feel like it should also be minus 1 equals to 0, right? And then you're going to have k that equals to 9, or you're going to have k that actually equals to a 1. So you realize that, well, the value of k, it is actually 3 to the power x. So instead of writing k, you're just going to put 3 to the power x, that actually equals to 9, or 3 to the power x, that actually equals to 1. So remember, 9 can also be written as 3 squared. So we're going to have 3 to the power x in here. So because the base are the same, it means that the value of x is going to equals to 2. Meanwhile, on the left side, we need to manipulate. What do we know? If we have 10 to the power 0, that is going to be 1. If we have 100 to the power 0, that's just going to be 1. K to the power 0, that's just going to be 1. Anything that is raised to the power of 0, that thing is just going to be 1. So we can actually say, well, 3 to the power x. So we want to change this to have the same base. It can be 3 to the power 0. So it's going to be 1. So it means that the other value of x is actually going to be 0. That's actually how you solve this problem. Let's look at the second problem. So the second problem is actually coming from calculus. So I don't want to, do something different from this video. Let's just look at this other video where we're actually solving for x. I feel like on this question, we are also, required to solve for x of this expression. So it means that on part 2 of this video, we will try to solve these two questions that are actually coming from calculus, right? So let's actually look at it. So we're having this question that is actually x minus 2 plus 3, that actually equals to 10 divided by x minus 2. Let me tell you something. If you are writing your June exam, your supplementary June exam, or, you are writing, the high school June exam, here's your advice. Whenever you see two factors that are actually equal, change those factors to k. If you check, even on the previous video, the moment we saw that we are having a lot of 3 to the power x's, we're just going to turn those things to k. So at this point, you realize that we are having the root of x minus 2, and we're having the root of x minus 2. So just let the root of x minus 2 actually equals to k. So it means that we're going to have k plus 3, that actually equals to 10 divided by k, right? You don't have to know a lot of stuff here. You can actually cross multiply if you are in this point. So it means that the k is going to multiply this side, and the 1 is going to multiply the 10, right? So we're going to have k times k plus 3, and we're going to have 10 times 1. So if we cross multiply, we end up having k squared plus 3k, that actually equals to 10. So it means that the k squared plus 3k, it is indeed going to equals to minus 10. It is going to have minus 10 equals to 0. So let me just cheat this using the quadratic expression. Minus 4ac is minus 10, 2a is 1. So I found that my k actually equals to 2. All my k is actually going to equals to minus 5. So you remember that, the value of k is the same as this expression. So instead of writing k, we're going to have x minus 2, that actually equals to 2, or the root of x minus 2, that actually equals to minus 5. So if we square both sides, we end up having x minus 2, that actually equals to 4, while on the other hand, if we square both sides, what is the square root? What is the square of minus 5 squared? It's going to be 5. So we're going to have 5, that actually equals to x minus 2. So if you take these 2 to the other side, you end up having x that actually equals to 6. And then if you take these 2 to the other side, you end up having x that equals to 7. Yeah. However, this question doesn't normally end here. The last step that you need to do is to check which answer between the two is technically correct. So what you do is you want to check which value of x is actually real. So from the original expression, you remember that you are having the root of x minus 2 plus 3, that actually equals to 10 divided by the root of x minus 2, right? So let's take this to the other side, and let's take this into the other side. What ends up happening is we end up having x minus 2 minus the root of 10 divided by the x minus of 2, that actually equals to minus 3. So what did we find the value of x to be? This thing is actually blurring. Okay, so we did find the value of x to be 6, and also we did find the value of x to be 7. So I want you to use your calculator to feed the value of x to 6 and check if you're gonna get minus 3, and you're gonna do the same thing to 7. If you find that 7 doesn't give you minus 3, if you feed it on the values of x, it means that 7 is not the correct answer. You're gonna do the same thing with 6. So the last step, let's assume that this is not the correct answer. You're just going to say, therefore, x doesn't equals to 7, and you're gonna conclude that x actually equals to 6. This is how you actually correctly fully answer this question.